Hey YouTube, Texas Triple Tapper here, bringing you guys another out-of-the-box gun review. And in case the words on this case were not telling, drum roll, this is a Desert Eagle. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. This is before I open it up, I just want to say this is something that I'm super excited about. I have wanted a Desert Eagle as far back as I can remember. So let's go ahead and get it open. I have taken out all the paperwork and all that kind of good stuff. I just wanted it to have the pistol and the magazine. So we'll see if we can't zoom in here. Yep, that is a 50 AE. This is a Mark 19 50 AE Desert Eagle. This thing is an absolute monster. Let's do a quick check. Nothing in the chamber, so we are good to go. So it does only come with one magazine. The 50 holds 7 in the magazine, and you can put 1 in the chamber. This is the as you can see, this is the black Desert Eagle. This one is made in Israeli. I'm sorry, Israeli. It's made in Israel. It is Israeli made. So let's go ahead and, if I can walk it to the rear. There we go. I mean, look at how huge this thing is. I think it weighs about 4.5 pounds empty. Magazine. Look at that. It has the AR like bolt. This is what's unique about this pistol is that it is gas operated. See if I can't kind of zoom in there a little bit. You can see a little piston in there. It's right about in there. So what happens is the barrel itself doesn't move. So when the weapon is fired, the slide is blown back, and the gas comes down and goes through this piston and blows it back. So it does have the nice little Picatinny rail. You can mount any type of optics that you're wanting to do, or maybe a light or something on there. This pistol, I can tell you, it's a beast. I'm not gonna lie. People will tell you that, oh, it's not that bad. It's, people will argue the practicality. While I really don't think it's that bad, but it kicks like a beast. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm a big guy, about 6'2", 6'3", 250 pounds. So not little by any stretch of the imagination. And this thing is, like the song says, sure hard to handle. You can, and I'm saying that from the perspective of, this isn't the kind of gun that you're gonna take to the range and pop off 100 rounds. I mean, your hand would be jello after doing that. I mean, for one, just the sheer weight, this thing's 4.5 pounds, give or take an ounce or two when it's empty, and then you add in those monstrous 50 AE bullets. This thing weighs a lot, and of course that does help with some of the recoil and whatnot. But I gotta say, there's a lot of information out there regarding this pistol. People talk about, they call it jam-o-matic, and I've so far I've put 40 rounds through it, and it hasn't jammed once. I was using Hornady hollow point. I think they were jacketed hollow points. Don't quote me on that, but they were 300 grain bullets, Hornady nonetheless. And I haven't had a single issue with a jam or anything. There's a particular way, and this is actually recommended by the manufacturer. And so let's see if I can't even know if I can close this bolt with one hand. There we go. So whenever you're shooting this weapon, it recommends that you engage in a push pull. So I'm right-handed, and I'm really pushing with my right hand and pulling back with this hand, and it works really well. You know, you can't limp wrist it and have it function well, because it will jam. And also too, if you'll notice that the magazine doesn't sit like 100% flush, and that is from what the research I've found, that is by design. If the magazine, if it seats too far up, it won't function properly. So you could say that the gun may be a tiny bit finicky, but I mean, again, it all comes down to technique, and you know, how you shoot the weapon and how you take care of it. They do tend to get pretty dirty. Those big bullets are burning, excuse me, quite a bit of powder. So I've shot 40 rounds through it, and it was really dirty. I cleaned it earlier. So the takedown, I can go ahead and show you that. So you just see if I can't make this a little more clear. There we go. You push this down. There's a lever over here on the back. The bolt just slides right out. And I'm not gonna take down the slide, but that really is all there is to it. And then you can put it back in, pop the barrel on. Oops, pop the barrel. Oh, change that back. Why me? Every time I'm on camera, none of my weapons want to work like they should. You know, that's just the way things go. So let's try this again. Push back, engage that. Good to go. So I gotta say, you know, I'm gonna give it to you guys straight. I do really like the weapon. I think it is a very cool and even nostalgic firearm. I mean, this is the one in the video games, in the movies. I mean, you know, you see the bad guys, you know, or even the good guys. They're holding two of them like this. I mean, you know, just not practical. I mean, this thing, like I said, it is a beast. It really is. I've got some videos of me shooting, which I'll post later here, and I did one in slow-mo, and I kind of dimmed the lights at the range, and man, this thing, it doesn't look like a pistol when it goes off. It looks like a flamethrower when you see that muzzle blast. It is just insane. Everybody on the range, they literally stop what they're doing and look and go, what the actual fuck is that? Because it is so loud. I wear double hearing protection. I wear double hearing protection all the time, just because, you know, I want to be as safe as possible, and I kind of like my hearing. So, you know, earlier today I was at the range, and it was pretty packed. Every lane was full, and I went with you know, family, and we were down there plunking away, and I didn't even think to kind of give anybody a heads up. And man, I loaded this bad boy, and I let off that first round, and it just, I mean, the percussion blast from this. I mean, you could feel it. You could feel those shock waves just hitting you. And every single person, the guy next to me, I think he just about shit his pants. And all of a sudden, you know, I popped off about 3 or 4 rounds, and then when I was finished, all of a sudden I heard all this laughing, and people were like, "Oh my God, wow, ooh, ah," kind of thing. And I turned around, and everyone in the range was staring at me. The people in the little booth where they have all the cameras and they oversee the lanes at the range I belong to, they were all staring. I mean, it's a head turner, that's for sure. But you know, I really don't think that the purpose of having a weapon is really just to turn heads. There's a huge downside to this 50 AE, and that is the cost of the ammunition. I bought 40 rounds, and I think they were on sale a little bit. They were a couple bucks off, but after tax, I paid $75 and change for 40 rounds. So you do the math, that's a little over $1.80 per bullet. So you know that it's quite expensive, and so practical, absolutely not. But then again, I feel like, because people always complain about that, but my thing is, you know, you go into it knowing that. I mean, there's no way that you buy this and go, you know, okay, this is going to be my, you know, concealed carry or whatever. I mean, that's just ludicrous to even think that. And then too, you know, to be like, oh well, you know, I'm going to spend, you know, $2,000 on a gun, and oh, I can't spend $1.80 a bullet. Well, then don't buy it. I mean, it's just that simple. And so again, you know, I'm not going to tell you that, oh, this is the end all be all to pistols, but like I said, it is really, really fun to shoot. And you know, it definitely does turn some heads. People are like, whoa, what is that? You know, a lot of fun to shoot. Really has a tremendous amount of stopping power. But you know, I don't think this is practical really for any application. Excuse me. Other than the fact that it's just a novelty weapon. It's so nostalgic, you know, and that's really the main reason why I bought it. And hey, it's my money. I can do that. So again, I just kind of wanted to touch on, you know, some of the things that I hear negative about the pistol. And people talk about, oh, it jams, and they talk about the expense. Yeah, it is expensive, and if you don't hold it right, it can jam. But I can tell you, through 40 rounds, it is not jammed, not a single time. So I don't think that it is a quote-unquote jam-o-matic. It's you know, it's a pretty neat little pistol. So just wanted to show you guys this. Like I said, stay tuned for the videos of me actually shooting it. I definitely plan on getting or becoming a lot more familiar with this weapon. So until next time, Texas Triple Tapper out.